Yeah, this is Prince Magnum and his wife, Princess Faye Magnum, who's still here at Elephant Rocks. This is part 2 of my videos that we're doing. Just the areas that are on that huge rock that we were. This is actual different areas where you can explore off trail, off the Braille Trail. Actually, right over there is the Braille Trail, and I've been down here years ago, and it's pretty neat down here. We're not going to stay out here too long because I want to show everybody at home one of the coolest spots in the entire park. I know when I was a Cub Scout back when I was 6, 7 years old, when we came out here, we're talking this is back in 1986, 87.
Yeah, back when dirt was new.
Yeah, my wife's still picking on me about my age.
Ooh, look.
Yeah, right back in here. This would be a great place for survival now, wouldn't it, my dear survivalist friends? Check that out. I mean, you could, yeah, that's a nice spot. What the heck? Oh, all right. You know, just some various different. Yeah, but I don't want. I'm not claustrophobic, but thank God I still got a little bit of stamina left, and agility. I'm not that old yet. Just a neat park to come to. And once again, my wife is still covering her face to keep our anonymity, because eventually I probably will talk about things in other videos that are probably going to make some people mad. And we just don't want you to know who we are at that point.
Yeah, it hurts.
You know, we have children, and we don't need any hate mail. We don't need any threats. But yeah, you can actually, if you want to go up in there a little ways, if you're not claustrophobic, dear.
Well, actually I am, but I think I can do this.
I better put my cigarette up, my e-cigarette. Well, I wore this thing. Just a narrow passage, and it's really cool up here.
Careful of bugs.
I ain't worried about bugs.
I am.
I think I'll scuff that new knife. It's in my back pocket, right through there. Check that out.
I'll hurt you for it later.
Yeah, I know you. Well, that's where we looked in just a moment ago. Yeah, you can put some nice tree branches up there, maybe some stuff on top of there to help keep some of the weather off. Just a great place for survival too. But of course, this is a state park. I doubt they'll let you come out here and survive. But you know what? You're gonna go down further yet?
No.
I don't want to make this video too long. I'm trying not to drop the camera here. We can't stay on this for too long because the batteries are getting weak. And I forgot the extra batteries in the car. But yeah, I want everyone at home to see.
If you really pay attention, you might see some of the wildlife. Like this extra, it's very rare.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wildlife.
We have litterbugs here in Missouri too.
Litterbugs everywhere.
Unfortunately, our conservation here in Missouri can only do so much. And personally, if I was on the conservation and caught somebody throwing something like that in a park like this, as beautiful as this is, I'd have to beat them with an inch of their life with that. But anyhow, and right up here, back when we were kids, this is the famous Fat Man Squeeze. It was called this because when you get up here and you see, it is really tight. And of course, when I was 6 and 7 years old, back in 1996, 97, when I was with the Cub Scouts, it really wasn't that tight of a squeeze. Of course, I'm a little bit bigger now, a little bit taller, and all those things like that. Here, I'll leave.
It actually is called Fat Man Squeeze, and you look right here, Fat Man Squeeze.
Yeah, Fat Man's
for anybody
Squeeze.
Who thinks they're trying to be, you know, rude.
No, seriously, this place is called Fat Man Squeeze, and it should actually say, if I remember correctly. And as you can see, that is a narrow passageway, and entering Fat Man Squeeze, this narrow pathway formed along a vertical joint fractured in the granite bedrock. You are walking between what someday could be 2 separate elephant rocks, which technically they are, kind of now. And the state park has actually paved this spot in here. It's very narrow. It actually, Seems so much wider than when I was a kid. I guess that's erosion for you. So, yeah, well, it gets really narrow up here. Of course, when I was a kid, these rocks were just humongous to me. Of course, they're not so big now, but, you know.
Hey, that was fun.
And, yeah, that's the famous Fat Man Squeeze here at Elephant Rocks, down here in Iron County, Missouri. And, of course, if you come up here and you cut to the left, you're back now on the Braille Trail. And back that way is the wheelchair access. Like I said, here in Missouri, they actually built this state park with the intention of keeping people in mind who are stuck in a wheelchair. Yes, this was also part of the old quarry, and I'll even show you some really neat stuff if it's still here, like I think it is.
Is this the place they used to swim in?
No, this is that's up front. This is in the very back of the park, and of course it's absolutely beautiful down there. And I bet you the water here would actually be cleaner than anywhere else you get here in the United States. And
I want to throw a rock in it. Let's go down this way.
but absolutely gorgeous here. You know.
Catfish in there?
Well, I'm sure there's catfish in there, but would you want to eat said catfish? Because Missouri, it's getting better, but Missouri used to be kind of well known for the fact that it had a lot of, there's your Braille again. Missouri used to be known for the fact that a lot of catfish used to have mercury. So I still would not eat the catfish here in Missouri. Not for at least another 10, 15 years. And we can thank our industrialists for that. Okay, you're going to have to throw hard. I mean, it's granite and it's good and so. Well, you just got to throw a couple pebbles in the water, huh?
I have to. What I always did as a kid was through water.
By the way, one of the other things that's really cool before my wife goes and throws granite rocks in the water, if you look here, that's granite. That gravelly looking stuff is actually granite rock. And there's actually a quarry not too far from here where if you wanted to pave your driveway with gravel and you wanted to do something different, you can get granite. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you wanted to do your driveway in granite, you very well could. And of course, we're going to come over here. I'm going to take you all with me. Please don't tell me you just threw that without getting it on camera.
No, one more.
Okay, one more. Okay, go ahead. Of course, now my wife has thrown a rock into.
I'm not throwing this one though.
No.
Give me another rock.
Come on.
Bigger one to throw on camera.
I don't want to be out here all day. They close at 8, and I'm sure it's about 6 now.
Well, maybe you should check the time then.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Honey, it was 6 when we got here.
Oh, lovely.
Okay,
6:19. No, it was 5 when we got here. We've been here for a while.
so I'm a little behind, or a little ahead, I guess.
And you wouldn't make it as a Native American, that's for sure. What time is it? Daytime. It's like I said in my first video, this is what Missouri used to be like. And actually, a lot of the United States used to look like that. And for those who are interested in history, Theodore Roosevelt, one of our great presidents, just before World War I, realized that the United States only had a third of the forest left in it because of what we were doing to our natural resources. We were cutting down all the forests and everything, so there was only a third of the forest left here in the United States. And he set out to preserve some of those forests, and that's why we have some of some state parks like Yellowstone and national parks like that. And if it hadn't been for Theodore Roosevelt trying to do his best to preserve our most natural resources, some of the most beautiful. Oh, right down there, I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, but there's a turtle right there, down in there in the water. There's a couple of them.
Poking his head up.
Ah, those could be mates, and that's really cute because, my wife and I out here, and we still love each other very much, seeing these two turtles that could possibly be mates. And I don't think we should disturb them. We should let those two lovebirds do exactly what nature intended.
Love turtles.
Love turtles. Turtle doves.
Aww.
So let's leave nature do what nature does best.
Oh, there's a sack on the pole. There's a baby turtle with them.
There is a baby turtle?
You can't see him very well, but he's there.
So
It's a family.
it could very well be a family.
The one on the left looks smaller, so
Yeah.
it's probably the male. The one on the right, bigger, probably
Yeah.
the female.
And somewhere in there, there's actually a baby turtle. So we actually see a family out here. That's beautiful, isn't it, folks? That's why I love Missouri. There's still so much natural beauty around us. And, you know, I'm, I'm not a tree-hugging hippie, as I've said in the video, in my video review of the Punisher game where I teased PewDiePie. I'm just not a tree-hugging hippie, but, you know, I grew up around places like this. And let me tell you something, folks. You know, if you've never really had the chance to get away from the city and you want to smell clean, fresh air, go out to the countryside, closest countryside you can. Go out to the country, and I'm not talking a bar where they play Hank Williams Jr.'s Family Tradition a million times a night. I'm talking, get out to this. This is real country, okay? It's not the music you listen to. This is real country, okay? And if you've never seen this before, I hope you're all seeing it right now. I hope you're enjoying this video as much as I am making it, because this is absolute beauty. And I can, you know, I thank the God of my understanding from the bottom of my heart that I get to enjoy it. I still have my eyesight, I still have my health, I can get out here and do things like that and see places like this. It's just absolutely gorgeous, you know. So, you ready to move on before I make this video too lengthy, honey?
Not really, but I will if I have to.
Yeah.
I like this spot too much.
Yeah, so we're actually talking about going to the stock car races tonight in Farmington. I haven't been in many years. You know, the sound of roaring engines and roaring engines. And my wife was about to fall on her butt. I thought I was going to have to stop the video and go back and help her. That's important to me. Oh, before I, get closer to making the end of this video, this is what I think it is. I think this is just another part of the park. Let me step around and come back up on this path. In the first video that I was doing out here at Elephant Rocks, I'm going to point out, okay, and I could show you this, but I think instead of you having to read it, I'm just going to show it to you. And, you know, this is part of one of the chisels they used out here, and they did these holes here with hammer and chisel. And as a matter of fact, that's part of the chisel that they left in the rock. They cut this stuff with hand tools, my friends. Hand tools. That's that grit and steel in our teeth that we used to have. Grit and steel that I think we Americans take for granted today. We are a tough breed of people. We are the melting pot of the world. And we had the toughest SOBs in the world. And look at us now, my friends. Heck, even as I'm saying this, I'm even disgraced to say it. I don't even have that toughness. And it's so unfortunate. You know, my friends, I'm going to take you back down to the water again because my wife refuses to leave this lake thing. But, you know, it's beautiful down here. You know, if you haven't had a chance, get out to the countryside. See the natural beauty around you in your state, wherever you're at. Do yourself a favor. Get out to where it all makes sense. This is what, you know, if you look and you see all these beautiful trees up here, just the beauty of all these trees. Don't, you know, never mind what type they are or anything, but look at that. Absolute beauty. Honey, please do not get yourself in a tangle where I have to come get you. My wife doing some exploring down there. And just, if you look at all the greenery, I mean, what you see right here, what I'm pointing at, I mean, this is typical beauty that you see all over the United States if you just get on the beaten path. So, and I love it here at Elephant Rocks. I like to come up and hike it. It's been too long since I've been up here to hike around and look at it all. No swimming. But anyhow, it's just absolutely gorgeous down here. And of course the Granite, part of the Quarry, the old Quarry from the 1800s. Just beautiful down here. And if you're in this part of Missouri, if you're from out of Missouri and all that, and you want to see this natural beauty going on, well, it's unnatural in a lot of areas because of the quarrying they did in the 1800s. Um, I'll tell you where it's at. It's out on a newer section of Highway 21, just coming out of Ironton, long before you get to Old Middlebrook, actually on the far end of Pilot Knob. But it's the Arcadia Valley area down in Iron County. And down here there's three towns, Arcadia, Ironton, and Pilot Knob. Well, down there on the far end of Pilot Knob, there's a section of road called Highway 21 runs through, and then it kind of turns to the left, and it stays as 21 and takes you all the way to Potosi, Missouri. And Potosi is just not really that interesting to see. But if you stay out there and just follow that road, it'll take you right over, and on your right-hand side, it'll have a sign that says Elephant Rock State Park. And, you know, if you get the opportunity, please come out here and see what I am having so much fun filming. Let me tell you. I am going to end this video because it's, you know, I'm actually making this video slightly longer than I wanted to, but hopefully YouTube doesn't throw too much of a fit about it. But I hope they understand what they're actually seeing. It's just absolutely gorgeous up here. And with that being said, if nobody's told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.